Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following statements regarding microplastics. These are plastic particles less than 1 mm in diameter. Microbeads found in personal care products are primary examples of primary microplastics. So we have to select the correct statement. Both are, if you talk about the first one, first is not correct. Second is correct. B is the correct answer here. The Netherlands has examined blood samples of 22 persons, all anonymous donors and healthy adults, and found plastic particles in 17 of them. Plastic pollution that ends up in the ocean deteriorates and breaks down and ends up in microplastics as microplastics. These are plastic particles less than 5 mm, not 1 mm in diameter. The primary microplastics are tiny particles designed for commercial use and microfibers shed from clothing and other textiles. They are also found in personal care products, plastic pellets and plastic fibers. Secondary microplastics are formed from the breakdown of larger plastics such as water bottles. Consider the following statements. Periyar River originates from Sivagiri Hills of Eastern Ghats. Cheruthoni and Perinjan Kutti are the tributaries of Periyar. We have to select the correct statement. Only the second is correct. B is the correct answer. Tamil Nadu and Kerala sought more time to discuss the Supreme Court's proposal to expand the constitution, power and functions of Mulla Periyar Dam Supervisory Committee. The committee was set up to resolve the perennial legal state tussle between the two neighboring states. The Mulla Periyar, a 123-year-old dam, is located on the confluence of Mulayar and Periyar rivers in Kerala's Idukki district. The Periyar River is the longest river in the state of Kerala with a length of 244 kilometers. It is also known as Lifeline of Kerala, as it is one of the few perennial rivers in the state. A perennial river is a channel that has continuous flow in parts of stream bed all year around. Periyar River originates from Sivagiri Hills of the Western Ghats and flows through the Periyar National Park. The main tributaries are Muthira Puza, Mullayar, Cheruthoni, and Perinjan Kutti. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding Rajasthan. It is the largest Indian state by area and 7th largest by population. It is bordered by 5 Indian states and the Tropic of Cancer passes through Rajasthan. We have to select the correct statement. All are correct. D is the correct answer. Rajasthan Foundation Day is observed on March 30th to commemorate the formation of the state. Rajasthan was formed on March 30th, 1949. When Rajputana was merged into the Indian Union. It is the largest Indian state by area and 7th largest by population. It is bordered by 5 Indian states: Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. It shares a border with the Pakistani province of Punjab to the northwest and Sindh to the west. The Tropic of Cancer passes through the state of Rajasthan. Consider the following statements regarding National Commission for Women. It is a statutory body established under National Commission for Women Act 1990. It cannot take suo motu action to inquire into the cases. We have to select the correct statement or statements. Only the first is correct. A is the correct answer. Recently, the National Commission for Women launched a legal service clinic in collaboration with Delhi State Legal Service Authority. Under the National Commission for Women Act 1990, the National Commission for Women was set up as a statutory body in January 1992. It can take suo motu actions to inquire into cases related to the non-implementation of laws for women and non-enforcement of laws and non-compliance of policy decision, and then take up issues arising out of matter with concerned authorities. Wagon tragedy is associated with which of the following? The correct answer is Mopla rebellion. B is the correct answer. The Indian Council for Historical Research has deferred its decision on a recommendation to remove the 1921 Malabar rebellion martyrs from the list of India's freedom fighters. In November 1921, 67 Mopla prisoners were killed when they were being transported in a closed freight wagon from Tirur to the central prison in Podanur. They died of suffocation. This event is called the wagon tragedy. Consider the following statements regarding Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihoods Mission. The program was started through loan assistance from the IMF. It was launched by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare? We have to select the correct statement. Both statements are not correct. D is the correct answer. Recently, DNRLM organized a national discourse on food, nutrition, health and WASH. So what is WASH? Basically, water, sanitation and hygiene. The acronym for this is WASH. Okay. DNRLM was launched by the Ministry of Rural Development. The program was started through loan assistance from the World Bank and it was launched in 2011. It aims at creating effective, also efficient industrial platforms to enable the rural poor to increase their household income by means of sustainable livelihood enhancements and better access to financial services. Consider the following statements with respect to Kaziranga National Park. National Highway 37 passes through the park area. It is home to 2/3 of the world's rhino population. We have to select the correct statement or statements. Both are correct. C is the correct answer. The population of one-horned rhinos in Assam's Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve has increased by 200 in the past 4 years. It lies partly in Golaghat and partly in Nagaon district of Assam. It is the oldest park in Assam, covering an area of 430 square kilometers along the river Brahmaputra on the north and the Karbi Anglong Hills on the south. National Highway 37 passes through the park area and tea estates hemmed by tabletop tea bushes. It was declared a national park in 1974. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to 2/3 of the world's rhino population. Consider the following statements. He founded the Indian Home Rule Society, India House, and the Indian Sociologist in London. He became the first president of Bombay Arya Samaj. He also served as the Diwan of a number of states in India. We have to see who of the following icons are best described by the above given statements. The correct answer is Shyamji Krishna Verma. B is the correct answer. Prime Minister paid tributes to Shyamji Krishna Verma ji on his death anniversary. Shyamji Krishna Verma ji founded the Indian Home Rule Society, India House and the Indian Sociologist in London. The monthly Indian Sociologist became an outlet for nationalist ideas, and through the Indian Home Rule Society, he criticized British rule in India. He became the first president of Bombay Arya Samaj and also served as the Diwan of a number of states in India. Edict of Chandigarh has been in the news. It has been designed by which of the following architects? The correct is, of course, Le Corbusier. D is the correct answer. The Punjab Vidhan Sabha decision to install statues of Bhagat Singh at the Assembly building of Capitol complex hasn't gone down well with the heritage experts, saying it tramples the Edict of Chandigarh. It was prescribed by Le Corbusier, the planner of Chandigarh. Heritage experts and urban planners term it as a mandated rule book on the city's planning laid down by Corbusier, as he wanted the citizens to become the guardians and saviors of the city. Consider the following statements. Blue hydrogen is when natural gas is split into hydrogen and CO2, but the CO2 is captured and stored. Pink hydrogen is made via electrolysis but using nuclear energy as its source of power. Yellow hydrogen is the production of hydrogen where electrolysis is achieved solely through solar power. We have to select the correct statement or statements. All are correct. D is our correct answer. Nitin Gadkari reached Parliament in a green hydrogen powered car. Blue hydrogen is when natural gas is split into hydrogen and CO2 by steam methane reforming method or autothermal reforming method, but CO2 is captured and stored. Green hydrogen is hydrogen produced by splitting water by electrolysis, which is electricity when produced by renewable energy sources such as wind or solar power. Pink hydrogen is made via electrolysis but using nuclear energy. Yellow hydrogen is the production of hydrogen where electrolysis is achieved solely through solar power. The 38th parallel divides which of the following countries or regions? North Korea and South Korea is the correct answer. South Korea says North Korea faked the launch of the so-called monster missile. 38th parallel, a popular name given to the latitude 38° north, that is in East Asia, roughly demarcates North Korea and South Korea. The line was chosen by US military planners at the Potsdam Conference near the end of World War II as an army boundary. Moving on. Consider the following statements. Garud Shakti is a military exercise between the Indian Army and the Sri Lankan Army. The Indo-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement was signed in 1998. We have to select the correct statement. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.